want to give a big shout out to my channel members. Thank you for supporting my channel. Alright, so I changed the intro there. I'm going to test that out for a couple of videos, see how I like it. If you clicked on this video, you've probably looked at the thumbnail or the title, so I don't really need to tell you what it is. But if you're interested, I will be talking about things in my Hobonichi Weeks, setting up the upcoming week, doing a flip through of the previous weeks, and then ending the video like I generally do with what I've eaten for the last couple of weeks since I last filmed one of these. So what's different about this particular video, and again, that intro felt like a train wreck, but we'll just see how it goes, is I've been testing out some things in this. So this is my 2022 Hobonichi Weeks Mega. I use this as my everyday carry, and it is very functional for me in that it holds a lot of different information. This is my mode term cover. The cover and the weeks I did get last year from Amazon. I don't link things in my video, but if there's anything you're interested in, let me know and I can always link it to you in the comments section. When I'm working on this, I do prefer to take it out of the cover just because it's easier to set up for me. And so I decided, based on some videos that I've seen Ureli do, and I'll link her channel below, I'm actually going to test some things out for 2023 as we're heading into the latter part of 2022, because I actually have my lineup for next year. Haven't touched it, haven't started it, but I thought, well, let me test out some ideas that I've had and see what I think about them. And I certainly have some thoughts. So again, this first part of the video, I'll actually talk about that. One of the things that Ureli has been doing, because she set up for the last part of 2022 in her new Hobonichi, definitely check out because what she's doing is actually quite ingenious. But she has these really cool sticker kits in the monthly section. Now, I don't have them. I don't want to purchase them. And I thought, well, let me see if I can create something that gives me the similar vibes. And so I did something like that for October, which is this right here. So this is just washi tape and then some sticker paper down, because the monthly sticker that I had from Happy Planner in a style and colorway that I'm not a huge fan of, but I didn't have anything else, was clear, so I needed something underneath. And then this is also from Happy Planner, and I hate how this looks. I hate it so much, and I don't generally hate things in my planner, but as soon as I put that down, and then as soon as I put that down, I'm like, yeah, I don't like that. But the ones that Ureli has done for the next couple of months, they just looked so pretty and elegant. So I could either buy the sticker kits, because then it'll be sized perfectly in different designs, or I can just do like I've been doing in the past, where I just do some lettering with some of my liners and then some lettering on top of that. And to be honest, this is probably the style I'm going to do. And I can see putting things down and making it look really pretty, but I'm actually not in this monthly section a lot. Plus, I worry that it would add a strange bulk to just here and here, and I don't know that I necessarily want that. So I'm glad I tested it out. I totally hate the results, but I'm very much, well, I'm not in this section very much anyway, and even if I were, it's only like, what, 20 something more days before I can just flip the page and not have to look at it. So I'm glad I tested it, but yeah, that's just not for me. Now, another thing you might have noticed is there's tabs on the side here. I do have different tabs that I purchased from Jet Pens. So there are these ones here from Swatelier Design, which are these circle ones. And then I bought these Midori Chirato tabs as well on Jet Pens. And I thought, okay, it's actually probably a good idea if I test it on this year versus doing it for next year and then hating it for the entire year. And I am so glad I did. Now, for some of you, this is probably already driving you crazy, because where the month starts in the weeks, because I did from January, because December, I used this early, but it already doesn't start at the top, so that might bother some of you guys. It's lining up pretty well, but then I stopped with those round stickers and I went with some of those. And then as you can see, not all of those are lined up perfectly straight. But this was a really good tester for me because I don't know that I necessarily like these round stickers on the side, but if I did use them, I do like the colorway better in these round ones than I do in the Midori ones. And I can play around with placement so that it doesn't stick out as far, but when it's in my Moterm cover, it actually doesn't go past this, and I like that because I don't want it to get all bent up. So while I am not too fussed that it's not perfectly lined up, I don't want it to get banged up. So I do have some things that I'm fussy about and some things that I'm not. Now, I really, really like these Midori ones, but on jet pens, they don't have just solid colors. And there's a site that I found on Etsy, but they're charging double plus shipping. And so I don't know if I'm just gonna use the ones that I have, or if I'm going to try to look around for some other ones. The problem I have with using a colored tab like this is my brain tells me, okay, well, that should be the color of the month then, either by way of ink or by decorations, and I don't know that I necessarily want to do that. I'd rather have a neutral tab color like grays or pinks, or just something where I can see it easily. I know that it starts a new month, even though it's not labeled. But again, that's a little nitpicky thing that I haven't really decided. And honestly, it's only October. I don't really need to decide. I did put some of those round ones down here. I do like having tabs on the bottom and on the sides. I actually don't put anything at the top there, and that's just because it's the farthest away from me, so I don't see it unless I stand it up. This way I can see it as soon as I open up my planner, and the ones in the bottoms are the ones that I use the most, and the ones at the sides are the ones I use maybe once or twice a month. I did find out, or I did realize that in order for me not to see that, and I don't know if you can see it, where it's the white, because I didn't fold it over exactly, the way that that has to be done, and you can actually see that down here, is, and I can actually show you. You take your tab sticker, and so this is going to be for November. I'll just put a few pages. It doesn't really matter. The final month is December. And then you stick it from the bottom up. Now, you're still going to get some of that white space at the back. But when you stick it like this, then your front tab will look perfect. Whether the back tab looks perfect, well, who cares? But that is something that was very much a trial and error for me. So these bottom ones actually take me to my monthly trackers. And so I do love the look of that. It does make it a lot easier, especially if I'm doing flip throughs here on YouTube, because then I can just flip to that. Now for 2023, I would not mark it all in advance, because I actually don't know how many pages I'm going to be using for each section, but that's probably how I'm going to section it out so that it's easily, or it's easy for me to find. But I'm also still going to tab out the notes section here in something, and then it actually doesn't start the tracker section until a few pages later. So I do like that setup, and I will continue that setup. Now, Erica, in I think the last video, had asked about the tabs that I'm using, and the 3 kinds of tabs that I have. This is from Amazon. It looks like this. It's so many sheets. I think it was like 500 or 700 of these tabs. It was so much that I actually took half of it to work that I can use on my student files. They are repositionable. They're quite tacky, so I would recommend taking away some of that, especially if you're repositioning them in there, because it can rip the paper. I love the colorway on here. And then this you can write on. It feels like paper, and this is a really good purchase for me. And so that's what I was using here. This right here is a mini floating tab that I picked up from an Etsy shop last year from Page and Ink. Now, I certainly have some thoughts on these. Now, the way you use them is it's 2 pieces of plastic that is kind of soldered or glued together at the top, and then you just slip it on your page. Now, the problem that I found with these is no matter how much I jammed it in, if I put it on the side here, on the top, eventually it would fall out. I actually lost quite a few of these because I bought 2 sets. So, you know, I don't want to necessarily keep replacing things because they keep falling off and I lose them. But in sections like this, I actually tape this down because I love how elegant and minimalist this looks. I also did cut some of it down because I did not want it sticking out as far. And so I will be using these, and I'll probably do that the same for 2023, where I'll cut some of it down so that it doesn't stick out as much, and then I'll tape it down to sections where I know I'm not going to be moving it. And then the tabs, I did buy a couple of these. A lot of these don't actually work for me, but I made them work just because I wanted to use my stuff. And so you can see that I've got some of those labels on other tabs. And then the last kind of tab I have is like this. It's an Avery tab. Last year when I was looking, because I was new to the Hobonichi and I knew I wanted tabs, they had a lot of colorful, like Rainbow Bright colors, but I wasn't really into that. And so I found some holographic ones that were as neutral as I could find before I came across these. And so that's another one. Again, repositionable. I will look on Etsy, or maybe I'll see if I can print some things on the label maker we have at work during my lunch break, because I've used a lot of the ones that make sense to me. A lot of these I won't ever use, and I do like putting the label on here versus handwriting it, because I think it just looks cleaner. But yeah, those are all of the tabs and all of the things I've tested. So I definitely like the ones at the bottom. So that will continue. I actually really like the ones on the side. But again, I prefer these Midori ones, but I don't know if I can find them in a colorway that I like. And then for the monthly section, I'm just going to stick to the lettering that I have been doing because I'm not in here that much. If you guys have any questions, always leave them in a comment section below, and then when I do the next video, I'll try and remember to address them. All right, so now that we've gotten all that out of the way, we're gonna set up the next week. We're in week 41, so there's only like, what, 11 more weeks to go of this year, which is awesome and also a bit crazy. Now, as I've been mentioning, and I will continue to mention, I'm probably going to do this weekly setup on the right-hand section because the left-hand section is quite bulky, and the way that I've been using stickers, I can actually fill ridging, and because I need this to be functional, I don't want that. So even though it's a little bit of work, to me it makes more sense, and I'm glad that I've been using this for the entire year so that I can know to expect that towards the ending of next year. Now, after this video, I'll be filming all of my new Hobonichi stuff, and you know, there's quite a bit of that, so be on the lookout for that. In fact, that video might actually go up before this one. So let me pull out some stickers. Now, these are some journaling stickers I had picked up a month or 2 ago, and I was looking for my one-piece stickers, and they were all together, so I thought we'd use some of that. And then I might also pull out some Sticky Club stickers. And the thing with having a lot of selection is it's a lot of selection. So it's It's just sometimes the option of choice is not a good thing. These are paper, so I'd have to glue those down. But I do like using things that take up a lot of space because I'm not too concerned with the bulk, because the bulk will be on this left-hand side. Then I can actually do some layering, which I've avoided for a while now. And I kind of like the look of that because, oh, one piece. Because I do want to use some sticky club stickers. So let me put this down. Again, that's paper. No, this one goes down first. This is a washi sticker. If I can, I will link, because it's actually two different sets of items. I will link them in the description box below. If I don't, either I couldn't find it or I forgot, but if you're looking for any of it, just let me know and I can always go through my Amazon orders and find it. So we'll put that down. And I love washi stickers because they just really blend into the paper and they're very thin. And then we'll put some adhesive on this. And we'll just do a little bit of layering. This is a deco sticker that came with some of these items, and so we will find something. It's really hard to show you guys because it's clear, but it's also very pretty. There's actually a page that I ripped out. So let's just put that there. We might use some of this on this side of the page just to bring some of those rose tones. And then let me look through my sticky club stickers. All right, so I don't know what month this was in, but this was a sticky club sticker sheet from Kid. And I kind of like these colors. And because it's unclear, I can kind of see how it plays. I'm actually leaning towards this one here. And let's just put this right there. Yep, that's pretty. And let's bring a little bit more of the pink down. I think that looks really pretty. Okay, so let's pick up a Tombow color. So I chose 772, and that will come on this side because I do like to add some color on this side. And this means something. This means something. This means something. And then I do like putting the day of the week. So it's the 10th through the 16th, 2022. I will outline that in black. And because we do have some free space, because it's currently the 10th of October, but I'm on a vacation day, so we can actually bring some of this up here. Let's see how that's, oh yeah, it doesn't matter because I won't be writing on this side and this side will be fine. So that's fine there. And then I do like this one here. And we'll just put this down. Let's see if we can be clever. Line things up like a professional YouTuber would. So this box actually means something, so I do want it to be functional, so I'll only go into it a little bit. This one, it doesn't matter as much. Okay. And I kind of want to bring more green on this side, but no, I think we'll leave it. I mean, worst case, I can use a green ink. I have a Sarasa 0.5 in this kind of hunter green, and I also have this at work, so if I wanted to be that girl, I could do it, but honestly, I probably won't because I like having the one pen that I use on everything. But maybe we can use that to label some things. Yeah, let's try that. That is a really pretty setup to me. I could not be happier with that. I think that looks really pretty. I think that looks really pretty. It's still very functional. This is where I put all of my daily completed tasks. Because I'm not using this side, that's where I write down what the actual day of the week is. This is where I'll put what's being offered in the cafeteria by way of breakfast or lunch. And then the one in the pink is what I've actually eaten. This is notes for me to remember for tasks for next week. And then because I didn't put a quote here this week, like I'll show you in just a second, then I'll just write a quote here, and I can write big or small depending on the space. So even if it's a very long quote, I'd still be able to fit that in, especially when I use like a 0.3 pen. And like I said, the ink on here is probably going to be all black just because this is my preferred pen, either at home or at work. I will outline that, but I'll do that off camera. So that's this week's setup. And then last week, I didn't film it, but I did play around. Again, these were some Sticky Club stickers, and I like having that kind of juxtaposition of having some like anime, fashion, pretty aesthetic girls or people, because I actually don't know if that's a girl or not, but then having some of this more junk journal-y, neutral kind of things. I like how that looks, and this especially. This was a Tim Holtz sticker that I got from the Snarky sticker pack. Again, if I remember, I'll link that below, and I love these. And this, because I had a quote here, I just wrote some notes here, or just some thoughts here, just because I didn't want 2 quotes on here. But the quote for last week was, if you ever need a slightly distracted, unsympathetic friend, I'm here for you. And then, oh, Friday I took a last-minute vacation, so there was no filmed lunch there. And then the week before, yeah, I think I had set this up with you guys, and this is just what it looks like filled out. I've mentioned this, and I'll continue to mention this. This is a everyday carry, working, functional journal for me. I am not a planner. I'm more of a documenter. And so as I finish things, I just write things down here. So this is my regular handwriting. I'm not trying to impress anyone. It's not done for Instagram. And I'm not saying that people do it, but I know some people would look at their handwriting and think, oh no, it's not pretty enough. I can't post that on social media because it's not what those beautiful, pretty accounts that you see. If I were more on my Instagram game, I would have no problem posting any of this, because this is real life. This is what my handwriting looks when I'm in between projects, working on things. And so, you know, if you've ever wondered, oh, should I post it or not? If your Instagram is where you're posting things because it's part of your life, then I think it's just something to think about. Do you want your life to be fully curated, or do you want it to actually be a document of your life? Either way is valid. It's just, I don't want anyone to ever feel like, oh, I love how yours look, but my handwriting doesn't look like that, so therefore I can't post things. Yeah, I love seeing writing on a page from anyone. So don't ever let your misgivings about how your stuff looks prevent you from documenting how your life is going. Yeah, that got real preachy. Sorry about that. Anyway, that's the end of the setup and the flip through. I will be inserting video from the lunches that I've eaten since the last time I've posted this. And I'd love to know your guys' thoughts. How is your week going so far? All right, guys. Well, that's it from me for now. And as always, aloha. Hey guys, lunch for today, Monday, September 26th, is a bagel dog, Nathan's bagel dog. Some noodles. Not exactly sure what they are. They were just in my cabinet. A pear and breakfast. I haven't even had coffee today, but I did have some leftover fried rice, which was leftovers from the weekend. Anyway, that's it for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, lunch for today, Tuesday, September 27th, is some pasta from the cafeteria with broccoli and a roll, and they had a tiramisu. I don't always get dessert, but I do try different things that they have. And breakfast was just coffee and a Hot Pocket yeah, it was one of those days. Anyway, that's lunch for today. I'll see you guys. Hi guys, lunch for today is an unexpected treat. My boss had to run some errands during lunch, so she picked up Taco Bell for us. I ordered a Mexican pizza combo, which is Mexican pizza with 2 tacos, and you can see a fruit punch there in the corner. And then I got some mild taco sauce. I can actually do hot or fire, but I'm not feeling it today, so that should add enough flavor. Breakfast was just a cup of coffee and a leftover bagel from the other day. But that's lunch for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, lunch for today, Thursday, September 29th, is hamburger steak from our cafeteria with mashed potatoes and mixed vegetables. I did add some Tabasco on top. And breakfast was some noodles and some coffee, because that's all I could find. Anyway, that's it for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Lunch for today is some leftover dinner from last night. It's currently, the last day of September, Friday, September 30th. I had pandas last night, so this is just kind of a mishmash. I've got some pepper beef, eggplant and tofu, and Beijing beef. There's some fried rice and some noodles. I have an apple that was in the fridge that needs to be eaten. My boss actually bought me those mini donuts. I had one so far. I don't know that I'll have any more, because I also do have that fortune cookie, but they were really good. They're vegan, but they're just like a cake donut. But if anything, I'll just put it in the fridge for next week. Breakfast was a cup of coffee and a sandwich. Hope you have or had a great weekend. Bye. Hey guys, lunch for today, Monday, October 3rd, is an old favorite, tuna salad sandwich from 7-Eleven, a pack of Doritos, a banana, and some water. Breakfast was, what did I have for breakfast? I know there was coffee. Oh, and a spam musubi from 7-Eleven. That's it for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, lunch for today, Tuesday, October 4th, is also from 7-Eleven. In fact, you'll see 7-Eleven feature quite heavily this week. I had a ride-in yesterday, so I was able to pick up quite a few things. That way I don't have to try to traipse around for the rest of the week. Anyway, I've got a small somen salad and a tuna with cucumber sushi roll. You actually take this apart. The rice and the seaweed are not connected yet, and then that way when you are eating it, the seaweed wrapper is still crunchy. I'll have this with water. Breakfast, I had a sandwich and some coffee. My coworker actually bought me a pumpkin spice latte. All right, that's it for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, lunch for today, Wednesday, October 5th, is a, again, from 7-Eleven. So a fried salmon pack, a tuna with cucumber sushi roll, and then a pear I actually brought from home. I'll warm this up. I'll let this sit out for a little while. And again, like I mentioned in yesterday's video, it's actually packaged so that the rice isn't touching this until you actually put it together. It's hard to do one-handed, and I don't have a tripod here at work, at least not the top-down one. So yeah, breakfast, I got a sandwich from home and some coffee. That's it for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, lunch for today is a burrito. It's a double extra large burrito, because if you're going to eat a burrito, why not eat a big one? We've got 2 more fruits in the fridge. I actually took off tomorrow. It's a last minute request, so I'm gonna just finish the fruit that I have. Breakfast was coffee and some naan bread, because that was also in the fridge. Anyway, that's it for today. I'll see you guys next week.